All right, check one, two. Can you hear me? Good evening, Earth. I have very little voice left because I'm getting over some kind of a cold of some sort. But some bad things happened in my life recently, and I really wanted to talk about it because I have been terrified of doing this channel for a very long time, for several years, specifically because I was afraid that if you put yourself out on the internet, people will be really nasty, and if they don't agree with what you're saying, they will just obliterate you on the internet, and the internet never forgets. So I have been terrified of that, and just in um, going about my life, avoiding doing this specifically because I'm afraid of that. In going about my actual day-to-day life and doing my job and doing it the right way and holding people accountable, um, I got torn up on the internet over doing my job and holding people accountable, and everything that I have been terrified of has happened to me over the last couple of days. Like all of these Facebook posts, or like I'm freaking famous. You would think that I was famous because not only was a fake Facebook account made just to tear me up, but apparently there's a Reddit about me. Like, that's crazy. That's what people do when they hate celebrities. So like that's actually kind of funny. But the first day that I found out about this, I was super upset, and I was super upset and emotionally devastated because I have been so terrified of this specific thing happening. Because what if the world finds out that people say, like, what if people say nasty things about you, and then people who don't know anything about you believe it? And you never have a chance to defend yourself. That has happened to me several times. There have been people in my life who have known me really well and known my character, and then somebody says something nasty about me, and they just believe it instead of believing what they know about my character. And the truth is, that's going to happen in life. People are going to say nasty things about you. People you thought loved you are going to turn around and stab you in the back. And people that you don't know are going to say terrible things about you. And whether you do something great in the world or not, they're going to come after you. So you may as well put yourself out there and do something great in the world. And not that this is a great thing, but there are lots of things in my life that are very difficult, things that I struggle with, and life is hard. But I find for myself that a the religion that I was raised in is something that I can fall back on today in at 39 years old when I'm having a bad day at work, because when I was a kid it was just something that I was told to believe in. In my 20s, I decided to go after it and pick it apart and see for myself if I really believed it. And at 39 years old, I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, whether whether I cuss like a sailor or tell inappropriate jokes, underneath everything, my heart loves God greatly. And when that person went on Facebook and annihilated me, and then went on Reddit and annihilated me, all I could think of was, well, now you have ticked me off. Now there's no reason that I shouldn't go out and do all the things that I'm afraid of. Because look, even if I don't do it, the things that I'm afraid of will come after me anyways. So I may as well put myself out on the internet and tell people about God. And I may as well tell people that I am going to vote for President Trump. Like, all of these things that I'm so terrified of, that if people found out, that they would make harsh judgments about me and then they would cut me off. You know what? That's going to happen whether you tell the truth or not. So I'm realizing it's important to tell the truth. So the last few days have been difficult because those things have happened. My character has been brought into question, but I take courage in the fact that all of those things that were said about me are lies. And if the mythical things that I'm afraid of are going to come after me whether or not I do anything, I may as well just throw caution to the wind and go out and do something. You see my doggy? I'm sitting outside with my dogs. Obviously, I'm outside. Like, you can tell that. Jeez. But, so, this whole channel was supposed to be me talking about how this, book that people think is decrepit and, like, outdated and just a relic, how it helps me in everyday life. And when in the middle of that crisis of, like, I get panic attacks when I'm embarrassed. And it's super embarrassing to find out that there's a Facebook page devoted to saying terrible things about who you are. Even if those things are not true, even if people might not see it, there's a chance that somebody that I know who already maybe doesn't like me is going to come across that, and instead of believing the truth about me, they're going to believe all those lies. And that is both terrifying and very embarrassing at the same time. So I have been struggling a lot lately with that. And instead of, numbing out with alcohol or drugs or anything else, I have learned that I can lean into faith. So what I have really latched onto is the fact that everything that the devil means for evil, God can turn it for good. Not only can God turn it for good, I think that we play a part in that. And I have decided that this thing that was meant to hurt me, I'm going to use it. And I'm going to turn it into something good. So, great artist that we love oh so much, Ren, did that recently. He had somebody who came after him, talking about copyright, in one of the songs that he wrote, and that guy came after him, and he has, he's one of those artists, or Tom McDonald, same way, right? Like, they have a way of taking those things that should harm them and using it as fuel. And I have never been that kind of person. I'm usually the kind of person that if you tell me something can't be done, or you tell me that I suck at something, my instinct is to, like, hang my head and say, okay, you're right, and just to walk away and give up. I don't know why I have such a twang right now, because it has something to do with the fact that I can barely speak. I have no idea why. But I don't usually talk like this. In any case, those artists were people that I was thinking about when I realized that scripture kept going through my head about what the devil meant for evil, God can turn it for good. And I remember all day yesterday that was going through my head while I was at work, and thinking, like, something good is going to come out of this. Something good has to come out of this. And I was praying and I was telling God, like, please, God, let something good come out of this. And then today it just hit me, like, I could turn this into something good. I could turn it into fuel to make me, instead of shying away from the things I'm afraid of, I could be like David. David ran at Goliath. He stood in front of a giant that everybody else was terrified of. And instead of running away like everybody else did, he ran at the giant. And he killed the giant because he was the only person that was willing to face him. So I have decided that my Goliath has been this overwhelming fear of the negative things that people will think about me, or the negative things that people will say about me. And as I have done nothing, but people are already doing that, I'm gonna just do the something that I feel like is the right thing to do. So we're gonna start talking on little video clips about the things in my life that I'm struggling with, that maybe you're struggling with too. Maybe you've had people talk smack about you recently, and maybe it has very much upset you. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's a fact of life. People are going to keep doing that, and we can either keep letting it defeat us and overpower us every day, or we can use it as fuel to be better and to do things that we are afraid of. So instead of running away from doing this channel, I am running at it with fury because somebody decided to go on the internet and talk smack about me. So I'm going to talk about everything that I was afraid of that people were going to say bad things about. So now you're going to regret it, that you're not going to be able to shut me up. And I kind of feel sorry for you for that. So this is baby steps, right? baby steps on the Pardon Our Dustcast with Lorraine. Um, yeah, I'll see you around. Have a good day. Go out there and do something you're afraid of because they're going to come after you whether you do it or not. So you may as well do it.